Hey kids, what time is it?
What time is it?
It's Community Conversations time.
It's Community Conversations time. That's right. From the beaches of South Florida to the hills of Tennessee. From New York to Hawaii. Tell your friends that Community Conversations is about to inform the next generation with news, without fear, and educate them without opinion.
And a warm South Florida and Costa Rica welcome to all of you.
This 1 hour forum deepens connections, and it provides discussions on a range of topics including social emotional issues, improving relations with law enforcement, post-secondary education, careers, health and wellness, politics and race, inclusion and equality.
Focus on an initiative. Case in point tonight, you all were speaking about gun violence. Since I've been growing up, that's been a thing, especially living here in Florida.
Community Conversations, where it's all about highlighting the talented youth in our communities and the great things that they are doing.
In terms of encouraging women's involvement in civil rights activism.
Community Conversations.
You are now tuned into Community Conversations live at CamQuest 2024.
Hello, and welcome to this week's summer edition of Community Conversations. I am Denai Strong.
And I am Joshua Hunter.
And we begin with news that will put a smile on your faces. Fathers and daughters taken into the dance floor this past weekend.
As you know, last Sunday was Father's Day, and on Saturday night, several dozen fathers and their daughters danced the evening away at the annual Daddy-Daughter Dance in Riviera Beach.
The popular American tradition was an opportunity for young girls in our area to get all dressed up, taken out and be treated like a princess by their fathers. Several fathers were looking forward to the opportunity to spoil their little girls and show them how they should be treated.
The event did not have an age limit, nor was it limited to biological fathers. In fact, among the men were father figures, stepfathers, coaches, mentors, or older brothers. The event was held at the Max Fisher Boys and Girls Club and was hosted by the Boys and Girls Club of Palm Beach County in collaboration with the Kiwanis Club, Bridges of Palm Beach County, and KOP Mentoring Network. Indeed, the event created memories that will last a lifetime for dads and daughters.
A full giveaway will be held simultaneously at 3 locations across Palm Beach County tomorrow to help residents battling the high cost of goods. Community Conversations' Nadine Montez has the story.
That's correct. The Urban League of Palm Beach County is partnering with some local community organizations to host a food giveaway drive. The event will begin at 7 a.m. at Pompey Park, 1101 Northwest 2nd Street in Delray Beach, Camp Park, 500 West, Canal Street, and Bella Glade, and University Preparatory Academy, 2101 North Australian Avenue in West Palm Beach. Food will be distributed until supplies last. Recipients will receive fresh produce, vegetables, and other food items, including non-perishable canned goods. Distributions are drive-through, and attendees must arrive in a vehicle with a trunk or cargo bed. Cheney Brothers and FarmShare will be providing the food. To volunteer at any of the 3 locations, you may call 561-665-0151.
2 days ago, Americans observed Juneteenth, and although many communities held their observances last weekend, one local community will be holding its Juneteenth observance this Sunday. Community Conversations' Tatiana Mason has the story.
On Sunday, the city of Riviera Beach will observe the nation's 12th federal holiday with a variety show at the Riviera Beach Heights Garden, 1010 West 10th Street from 3 to 5 p.m. The show will feature local acts including songbird Javette Paget and Lindsay Davis, senior dancers and saxophonist Jordan Abel-Duran. Special guest appearance will be by Lady Ashley Johnson from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Alame out of Columbia, South Carolina. The highlight of the show will be a skit, Watchmen, What is Left of the Night, by Chi-Chi Ma Productions. Juneteenth marks 1865 when enslaved people in Galveston, Texas found out they have been freed. It happened after the Civil War and 2 years after President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation. It was designated a federal holiday in 2021. For Community Conversations, I am Tatiana Mason.
Last week, we told you about some students in a summer camp who are telling their life stories through graphic novels. This week, Community Conversations, Samson Salim
and J.L. Hunter tells us.
As you said, Josh, this remarkable group of summer campers were so impressed by what they learned during week 1 that they request a second week.
It's important that I do this because so I can publish my work and show my drawings to everybody.
The entire purpose of the program is just to get them to become storytellers. It's not about becoming the best writer, it's not about being the best artist, it's about being a storyteller. We want them to actually get the ideas out of their head, put it onto paper.
Her last name is also Hua, which means fruit in Hawaiian.
That's awesome.
So not only Frida, so I have Gabrielle. The A is supposed to be an E. Gabrielle, Mirabel, and those have more. So,
All right, as we keep on building.
This is Stella, Talana, Melanie, Maggie.
Awesome.
Many of the campers struggle with reading or feel reluctant and have embarked on a creative journey that transcends traditional storytelling. Through the medium of graphic novels, these young artists have been weaving their life experiences into captivating narratives. This week, the campers immerse themselves in drawing, focusing on vivid images and employing a comic strip style. Rather than relying heavily on text, they harness the power of illustrations to convey their stories. The result, a dynamic blend of visual storytelling that engages even the most hesitant readers. Camp officials emphasize the benefits of graphic novels for literacy development. For Community Conversations, I am JL.
Community Conversation.
Let me remind you that our Fund the Future of Journalism campaign is in full swing, and we hope you join us. We are a nonprofit, and all donations go right back into producing this broadcast and helping us expand into more homes and schools. Donations can be made through our secure portal on our website at www.kopmn.org, or you can call us at 561-665-0151.
Smart friends, do the affirmation.
Affirmation. I will go to college. I will succeed. This is my promise. This is my dream.
Let's hear that again.
The affirmation. I will go to college. I will succeed. This is my promise. This is my dream.
One more time.
The affirmation. I will go to college. I will succeed. This is my promise. This is my dream.
With us in the studio is Colonel David Michelson, Civil Air Patrol. Thank you for joining us, Colonel. If you will, could you please give us an overview of the Civil Air Patrol, please, Colonel?
Hi. I've been working here in Riviera Beach for some time. We would like to establish a cadet squadron here for the people of Riviera Beach. And Civil Air Patrol has been around since 1941. In those days, just at the beginning of World War II, our volunteer pilots were doing submarine patrol. And at the end of the war, one of the German admirals said, well, the reason we stopped sending subs over the coast of the United States was those little yellow airplanes that kept chasing us. Our cadet program has 23,000 members right now, age 12 to 19, but even after 19, some of our cadets are in flight scholarship program where they're learning to get their private pilot license. Every cadet that joins Civil Air Patrol has the opportunity to have 5 rides in a Cessna and 5 rides in a glider. The Civil Air Patrol has 540 airplanes here in the United States. We are the largest Cessna fleet in the world. And we just placed an order last week for 36 more Cessna 172s with the Garmin glass cockpit. Very expensive airplanes, and these are paid for by the Air Force. We're at the auxiliary of the Air Force, and we do 84% of the search and rescue in the United States. I have worked with cadets now for 65 years. I've just had a real ball doing it. Our cadet ground radio detection teams, they have equipment where they can find the EPIRBs from boats or the ELTs from aircraft. I had one situation a couple of years ago where the Air Force Rescue Center called, and I was the incident commander, and they said, we have a signal that we hear. Go ahead and launch your rescue teams. So we had one aircraft in the air listening on the aircraft radio, and he got close to one of the marinas here and couldn't figure out which boat, but he called in the cadet team, and they went in, found the ELT, and turned it off. And usually after a mission like this, we go get pizza. But on this mission, the aircraft commander said, "Hey, don't go yet. I hear another signal." So they went a few miles north, found another boat with an EPIRB running, and they got it turned off, and they were saying, "Great, now can we go get pizza?" I says, "No, not yet. I hear another one." And this time, when they went further north, they found a boat where the fisherman had had a heart attack, and as he fell down on the floor, he grabbed his EPIRB and set it off. So the cadets called EMS, and they earned a save ribbon on that one. We've got a few cadets now here in Riviera Beach, and until we get at least 12, they are meeting with the squadron in Jupiter that meets on Thursday night. And they've been having a lot of fun because one of the STEM kits that we have in the squadron is drones. And the cadets are flying the drones and having a good time with it.
So Colonel, you served in the Vietnam War. How was that experience?
Well, that was terrible. I was there in 1961 and 62. I got shot down in 62 and was a POW for 29 days. So, I'm sure glad to get home after that.
You were also a college professor, I learned. Tell us about that experience, please.
Well, I love teaching young people, but I was at the University of Miami, and I taught an advanced computer class called Unix, and people would come to that class for 1 week and then go back to their corporations and be system administrators. I had one young lady come in, and she took the class, and she got a job the next week paying her over $35,000 a year. And this was 20 years ago. So it's been very rewarding to watch young people learn and have the opportunity to fly and to learn leadership principles.
Colonel, do you have a target date where you would like to launch this squadron?
Well, we've got it started now. We have about 5 cadets from this area, and they're meeting with the Jupiter Squadron until we get at least 12. The American Legion has offered us a meeting place and also the meeting room over at the Azores. So as soon as we can get some more interested youth in the program, we'll start meeting every week.
Would you like to add anything else, Colonel?
Well, our cadets go to summer camp and winter camp at the National Guard base up in Stark, Florida, and there's scholarships available for that. The cadets get Air Force uniforms as part of their program, and each time they pass a test, they get a ribbon and a promotion. So we have about 10% of the Air Force Academy that are former Civil Air Patrol cadets.
Thank you very much for giving that insight on Civil Air Patrol. If anybody wants to contact you, how would they do that?
Well, my phone number is 954-802-1137. I'm leaving this Friday for Iceland, and I won't be back until July 16th.
How was it like being a prisoner of war?
Well, food was bad, and they were marching us every day trying to move us north toward the Hanoi Hilton. And I was fortunate to be able to get away from them, and so I'm back home.
And how did you get away from him?
Well, we were crossing a berm, a rice paddy on the left and a river on the right, and the guard that was guarding me, he'd laid his rifle and bayonet down and was watching the airplanes that the Navy was scraping the column with. And he got more interested in the airplanes than me, and I was able to get his bayonet and kill him and go into the river. And then later a Marine helicopter picked me up and took me to the hospital.
Oh wow! So what was like the experience like you being there in that particular?
Well, I was flying a T-28 aircraft when I got shot down, and when I crashed, I hurt my back, and the Viet Cong soldiers captured me. So it was not a fun time.
So how were you like feeling like being there as well? Like how were you feeling?
Well, I was depressed, and I was convinced that Jesus was going to be with me and get me out of there.
So what was the food like?
We had a lot of rice and raw fish, and just grass, I guess, was the rest of it.
So mostly like healthy foods, really, or
not real healthy foods. No. When I got to the hospital, my weight was down to 109.
From where?
And how much did you lose while you were there? How much weight did you lose while you were there?
Well, I was from about 260 when that morning before I left.
You mentioned Jesus. I take your faith was part of your survival.
Oh, absolutely. I knew that I somehow would survive, that God had more for me to do before he took me to heaven. So it was pretty easy to get depressed there, but when I would get depressed, I would pray.
Would you do another tour again?
No, I couldn't, because my eyes were damaged. I lost my depth perception, and I could not fly Air Force planes anymore.
Is that when you crash, or like it's just?
No, is that because of the crash?
Is that because of the crash?
Yes, it's because of the crash.
So, have you flown since the accident?
Yes. After a couple of years, my depth perception was good enough to pass the FAA medical, and I've flown Civil Air Patrol aircraft probably for 20 years. Now I just sit in the right seat as an observer and let the younger people fly.
And so you like piloting. So how was it like between when you couldn't fly, and how did it feel when you actually were allowed to fly again?
Oh, it was a real nice experience to get back in the airplane. Now that I have to use a walker, I have a very difficult time getting in the airplane. So I stay on the ground and teach and let the other younger people fly the missions.
Thank you so much, Colonel, for sharing that experience with us, and I'm sure we all enjoyed it. I hope to be flying with you soon someday.
Well, that would be my pleasure. We'd get you up in one of our Cessnas, and I've got a picture here of a girl that's flying in the glider, and I don't know if we can get that on the screen, but this is what it is. And every cadet gets 5 flights in a glider. And when I was living in Vermont, I was there 5 years.
What was it like on the way down as you were getting shot?
Well, the engine had stopped, and I was in a T-38 that became a glider. And I landed in a rice paddy pretty fast. And the airplane it caught fire, and I was lucky to get out of it.
Thank you for coming. Pleasure meeting you. Have you heard of people complaining all the time that all they see on the news is bad things? They never report the good news. Well, that's not true, because here at Community Conversations, we make sure you have a dose of good news about what kids are doing around you or even abroad. So, if you know of someone who should be hanging with us, please take a moment and call or text them and let them know that Community Conversations is on. You have time and they won't miss much.
Hi everybody, my name is Madison from Kingston, Jamaica, and I just want to give a big up to Community Conversations. We watch you, we love you, and we really enjoy what you do. Thank you so much and keep up the good work.
Here at KOP, we believe that leadership training prepares youth to manage their time, work in a team setting, set goals, start conversations, facilitate meetings, and make effective presentations, all of which are positive life skills that they will carry into adulthood. Please direct your attention to our friend, Mr. John Maxwell, for our Leadership Minute.
One of my favorite words is partners, and that's the word on Minute with Maxwell today. Hi, my name is John. The reason I love that word is because it's the best way to maximize positive outcome. Let me explain what I mean. You and I, when we just improve ourselves, we improve ourselves, but it's incremental because we're just one and there's certain limitations to that improvement. But the moment that I come alongside of you and we partner together, I get all of your influence and you get all my influence. I get all of your networking and contacts and you get all of mine. In other words, you open up a whole new world to me that I receive rather quickly, not because I earned it or even deserved it, but because we partnered with each other. That's why I love the word. You see, I'm 72. I mean, my days are kind of short. If I'm going to really accomplish a lot more, I'm going to have to do that by partnering with people just like you. That's why in my Laws of Teamwork book I write, one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. It takes a partnership. I need you. You need me. We need each other. Thanks for joining me today on Minute with Maxwell.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? Oh, right. The Home Depot app is made for doing that doesn't miss a beat, so you can find what you need fast and keep things moving in the right direction. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
Once you join KW Commercial Community, then the world of commercial real estate business opens up to you. KW Commercial is a community of 2,500 plus brokers and growing. Once you're inside the community, you have access to specific commercial real estate tools that all the other residential agents don't have access to. You have access to specific training on showing you how to become a top producing commercial broker. You have networking events, you have masterminds, you have the marketing package. You also have the relationships with other people who are inside the community who have experienced success at a higher level or a different market that you can tap into and learn and grow from. We have the answer within our organization.
I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale. sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes. I got homes for sale, single family. I got homes for sale, condos. I got homes for sale, townhomes.
If this is your first time hanging with us, welcome. We have been providing unfiltered news about what young people have been doing around the globe for the past 3 years. We are committed to ensuring you have the latest local news about youth, whether it's about them doing great things in school, on the athletic field or court, or even in their houses of worship. Mr. John and Mr. Ciaron are taking a well-deserved break, so we are doing things our way, with a little youthful spin, if you will. You may notice the show is a little jazzed up. That's right, a little more revved up. After all, it's the summer, and we are in the summer mood.
Right. Hi guys, welcome to Community Conversations Summertime Edition. My name is Emilia Toves.
And I'm Daniela Borg.
And we're in Costa Rica, freezing off.
Yes.
These are like one of the only times you're literally gonna see me wearing a sweater. Because even when I go to the mountains, I refuse to wear a sweater.
I don't know how she does it.
I love the cold.
I am the opposite.
It's currently freezing out and I'm kind of catching a cold. But
lovely.
We're being medicated, so that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to be talking about the upcoming 2024 US elections, because as us being new first-time voters, you know, we kind of feel the responsibility to also encourage other first-time voters, because usually it's like, oh no, just leave it up to the adults, leave it up to the parents. But wait, we are the adults now. It's also on us. So, I don't know. I find that crazy how it's literally right around the corner.
Yeah. It's like almost scary to like say, oh my god, who do I vote for? What do I do? Like, it's almost hectic, like stressful. Like, for me, I find it like very stressful because it's like, I don't know what to do. Like, do I have to register? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? But
well, you actually have to register online.
No, I know. My dad has not done that yet. But,
girl, you have to do it.
No, it's my dad. He has to do it.
No.
Yeah.
Girl, you register yourself.
That's another thing. This is Costa Rica.
No.
Yeah.
That's here as well. That's Daniela.
I am not lost.
You registered yourself to vote.
I know. I choose a thing to vote. Yo sé, I know how that works. I told my dad how to do it y todo. No, I didn't tell him. He explained it all to me. Pero, moving on.
Okay.
We just wasted like, I don't know how many minutes of that, but sure.
Sure. Okay. But like I was saying, you know, the youth have the power in these elections. And, you know, we have to be, you know, responsible and be following along the candidates, because you don't want just anybody governing a country. And we know that, especially since we have neighboring countries that are currently in a dictatorship, and it all started with normal democratic elections, and they chose the wrong guy, and the guy was power hungry, and it became a dictatorship. So I feel like from that perspective, that's why we should be following up closely. And I will be sending you so many TikToks, so many things, so many everything. I'll send you like TikToks, because I think that you'll look at the TikToks, but not at the articles I would send you.
I would open the TikToks, but not the articles.
See, okay, yeah, I need to get on political TikTok. I'm already on it, but I need to get you on it. Exactly. And also, there's so much going around, speaking about the youth, about the, you know, climate change policies, and then there's a lot about student debt also going in that is capturing a lot of the youth's attention, which is important because it's kind of, what we're here to do, We are called the generation that's meant to deal with climate change and deal with past generations' mistakes. And that's okay because we're doing our best, honestly. We're drinking from these paper straws that literally melt.
They
5 minutes into it,
they
gone.
disintegrate. They're like nice and soft for you, and then you have to grab another one. It repeats on however many tries you used it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why we like the metal straws. But, the climate crisis is one of the biggest issues for our generation. And I've actually noticed that a lot of candidates are finally taking it seriously. But actions do speak louder than words. So I am hoping that if the future president is, promising all these changes, I want to see them happen.
Yeah.
I do. I really want to see them happen. And, student debt.
Yeah.
Because, you're buried in loans. And we honestly need real solutions and not only promises, because that's happened before. That's happened in the past. And I think it's crucial for those politicians to be held accountable, because they need to know that we won't settle for less.
Mm-hmm.
And by not settling for less means not settling for any empty promises. So if you say you're going to do something, do it.
And say it but not do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also something that I feel like we should also be educating ourselves on: local elections. Because it's not just, country elections. It's also, I'm a Florida resident.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely blanked on that. I was so focused on the U.S. elections. I was like, this. I have to register to vote for this. I have to register to do this. I have to look at this. I have to go to this site. I have to do this. And I completely blanked about those elections. And I was like, oh, I'm giving so much importance to this one election when all elections really matter. I mean, they can seem so small, but it's a little bit a rice thingy.
Yeah.
Just
from here to there.
Yes. I feel like that's also something, because I mean, it's really gonna impact communities more closely if you think about the local elections. And speaking about communities, have you seen how much of a powerful movement has been with the youth? Have you really?
No. You ask me these questions like I would give you an answer, but no.
Okay.
That's the answer you want the answer, no. I mean, I'm the least political person that you would see, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I really try.
To beg me?
To educate you.
Oh, no, I know. But it's extremely hard to do that.
I mean, the youth have been in so many peaceful protests, so many marches, so many everything. Even here in Costa Rica, today there was a march.
About what? What? Where? When?
Today.
No, I know.
It was about tree cutting. That people don't want trees to be cut.
That would be from my mama, not me.
Yeah, but it's still a thing. It's
No. I know people march and do protests for several things and do things, but there's no reason. There is a reason, but I think that I'm like the least
informed
person about like politics, and like all of that.
I feel like I'm overly informed, honestly. If I tell you guys I was this close to actually studying international relations, I would not be lying.
Or would you be lying?
No. You know this. It
No,
was
I know.
It was like a big struggle. Because I kind of want to study both.
But you can study both.
I know.
So why don't you study psych and poly the other career that because you can do two.
I know, it's just
my mom did two.
I feel like it's too much work for me.
Oh my
God. No,
God.
I'm already like topped out with the work from psychology. I have to do a lot of reading, I have to do a lot of everything. I love it. But two careers at once, oh my God. And I would also have to convince my parents to like even think about doing that.
Would they be on board with it, would you think?
I don't know.
Oh, lovely.
I honestly do not know. Because I do see myself being a therapist. But I also want to get into political aspects. Because I love politics. You know this, is that literally one of my biggest dreams, because I used to be in MUN. And
I did not know that.
Yeah,
No.
Okay, I was a big
did not know
MUN person. Yes, you do. Because when we would go to lunch, you would go and stay in Montealegre's classroom, and I would go to MUN meetings.
No, that was for a club. That was for Smile that you created.
Bueno, yeah.
Ah.
No. That was for like mental health and stuff, which is also a very important.
Wasn't that
subject for me.
Smile?
Yeah, but I also was a part of MUN. I've been in MUN since middle school.
I did not know that. Neither did me.
I left MUN when I was in 11th grade, and I really wanted to start one in
when you left.
Yeah, when I went to another school. I'm pretty sure this is gonna have to turn into a 2 episode.
It's already 11 minutes in.
Oh my God.
But
I am so sorry.
Sorry.
Whoever is editing this,
they're gonna have a hard time. It's already like 12 minutes in.
We should end this. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed our very chaotic conversation.
Did not talk about the topic, but sort of did.
We kind of did. It's a bit of
a combination of everything. But
yeah, have a
great
break.
Summer break? Summer vacation.
Bye.
Bye.
Before we go, shout outs to our community conversations summer camps. Miss Cynthia Giles and her Act of Kindness camp in Riviera Beach.
Mr. Yo Davis and his Bright House Day camp in Wellington, Florida. And
Mr. Aaron Miller and his New Life camp in Raleigh, North Carolina. That will about do it for this week's episode of Community Conversations. Please join us again next week when we will have another dose of news by and about what young people are doing both in the community and around the world. From all of us here, have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in for another amazing rendition of Community Conversations. If you like what you saw tonight, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with friends, families, and even acquaintances. Be sure to tune back next week for another amazing edition of Community Conversation.